The advice that I would give to someone that wants to make those meaningful connections is first get out beyond your phone and computer screen. Sit down with somebody. It doesn't matter if it's over coffee or you want to go get something to eat or you just want to hang out with somebody at a library or whatever you want to do. But it's important to sit down with somebody and look at them face to face because behind the phones and the computer screens, it's easy to, first of all, not you don't have to see the person, so you don't see their reactions, and it's obviously a little harder to understand them when you're not sitting down right with them. You're reading things through a screen. It's easy to misinterpret things. I know a lot of preferred methods for kids my age is group chats or GroupMe or Facebook message or Twitter DMs, and that's great. I do all that stuff, but if you really want to make a meaningful bridge and you really want to connect with people, the best way to do it is face-to-face.
Some advice that I have for collaboration across the aisle, building relationships, is opening up the floodgates of communication. I think that you have to be open. You have to lay out what you know and what you think out on the table, and then in turn be willing to listen. You can sit there and act like you're listening, but to actually hear what the other people are saying. Why do they think this way? Why do they identify on the opposite side of an issue as you? I also think there has to be a willingness. I think you have to abandon your own little camp, whether it be right or left. And I think you have to realize that when it comes down to it, a lot of people want the same things. Maybe their means to, the ends to reaching those means are different, but at the end of the day, we're all humans, we're all the same. And I think we've let ideology get in the way of that. I mean, I've seen it end relationships. I've seen it end friendships. I've seen it tear families apart. I mean, everyone jokes about that one uncle that isn't invited to Thanksgiving anymore, but that happens. So I think that we have to realize we're at a critical point. We're more polarized than we've ever been, at least in my 22 years. And I think we need to realize that if we don't actively seek out ways to communicate with people that don't think the same way as us, then it's never going to get better. But I think we can be the change and we can make things better.
Try to have those face-to-face conversations. Try to sit down with somebody in the same room and be respectful. And you don't have to shy away from your positions, but you can do so with treating the other person with respect and looking them in the eye. And I guarantee you that it'll go much better if you're in the same room with them and you take the time to understand them than if you're sitting behind a computer screen typing out furiously your own position because you believe so strongly in it. It's just, there's a time and a place for both of those things. But if you want to make that connection, sit in the same room with them and let them speak about themselves and understand them.
It's important to seek out conversations and find people with beliefs that are different from your own so you can gain a better understanding and perspective of other people in our country and in our community. There are so many different people that compose even Ann Arbor, and that's what's so great about America is we have this great individualism of different people with different perspectives and different goals. And so it's truly amazing to get to sit down and learn about other people who have different opinions and goals than your own. But it can be really uncomfortable and it can be really awkward and you can feel very vulnerable. But it's really important to finding a mutual respect, and that's how we're going to move forward as a community and as a country, is to first respect one another for our differences before we can work together to solve problems.